Guys, welcome back to the program for today. And today I'll just be sharing with you three things that will happen to you as a male or as a man, three things that will happen to you throughout your lifetime, right? And as I should share with you, it's good that you have pre-knowledge about some of these things so that when they occur, you know how to deal with the nonsense, right? When they occur, you know how to deal with it. See, I don't care where you live, whether you live in Africa, or you live in America, or you live in Asia, or you live in China, this thing will happen to you as a man in your lifetime. It's either you face three of these points that will give it to you, or you face one of them. And maybe some of you have already faced all of them, or you're still about to face them, or you'll face one of them. But what I'm confident is that you will face these things. I'm pretty sure, I'm confident. They are universal principles. As a man, you face them. So what are the three things? Right? Let's dive into it. The first thing on my list is betrayal. See, my brothers, you will face betrayal throughout your lifetime. And maybe you have already faced a betrayal, but you will still face betrayal again. You may be asking me, what do you mean? Like, I say you will face betrayal. I'm definitely sure you will face betrayal no matter where you live. No matter how you live your life responsibly, no matter how you treat people too good, no matter how righteous you are, no matter how good you are, someone will betray you. And the thing about betrayal is that it comes from the place that you least expected. It comes from the place that you never even imagined that this person could betray you. But what I really want you to really take from this point is that you should be prepared for betrayal. You shouldn't kill yourself because someone betray you, no matter who, right? And let me tell you, you might be betrayed by your friend, you might be betrayed by your sister, you might be betrayed by a family member, you might be betrayed by a partner, a colleague, you might betray your girlfriend might betray you. That's just the thing. You will be betrayed, but what I want you should be prepared for it, right? You know, there's one story, one great man of God was sharing his testimony, and he said he has one of the assistant pastor. This pastor was working under him. A pastor. I'm talking about a religious body. And this guy betrayed him. He went all over the media, talk bullshit about him, talk nonsense about his name. And maybe 5 years later, the assistant pastor came back and was crying and was pleading for forgiveness. Right? And the guy had no option, but he needs to really accept the person back. But he has that choice to accept, but the only thing is you need to set grounds. You need to not allow such things again. But you can't control people. You can't control people, right? No matter how good you are, someone will betray you. You should be prepared for that. You should understand that that's the world we live in, and that's the things you need to face as a man in this real competitive world. The second thing you need to understand too is you face court cases. You have issue with police, or you face legal issues. You will face these things. Either court cases, legal issues, have issues with police. As a man, you have these problems. Either somebody will sue you. I'm not saying you will sue somebody. I'm not saying you take somebody to court. I'm not saying some stuff will occur. But I'm saying even you sit and you don't sue anybody, somebody will sue you, especially when you want to become somebody. When I say we want to become somebody, I mean when you want to really have some level of achievement in this world, in this planet. Where you want to be, somebody will take you to court, somebody will sue you, somebody will take you to police. And these are the things that will happen to you throughout, right? I've not witnessed this, but I know one day I'll witness this, right? But I've witnessed betrayal. I'm really still young, but I've witnessed betrayal already, right? What or more of you will witness betrayal. If you ask any old person today, the person has experienced one of these, right? One of these key points. Any old person, I don't care if the person is 40 years or 80 years old. If you ask them, I've talked with a lot of old people to get their experiences, and one way or the other, they connect the dots for these 3 points. So you either somebody will take you to court, either somebody will sue you, or you have some problem with police and you have some legal issues. These things will happen to you as a man. You just need to be prepared for them. You just need to know that that's life occurrences. You just need to know that there are crises that will happen in your life and you need to handle it. Somebody, it might be concerning, it might not be maybe directly to you, it might be directly maybe to your family member. One of your family member may be locked up. Your daughter may be locked up. Your son might have some issues. But all these things will happen to you, but you just need to know how to deal with it. Right? And most of the time, this thing happens that you don't even prepare for. I remember there was one time my grandfather was locked up for something he doesn't even know anything about. That's a police case. He doesn't even know anything. He went to this farm to work something, and that day they ordered some military people to go and arrest everyone that is working on that plot of land. My grandfather just took a job. It's not like he was going there to do some bullshit. He just took a job. He was going there to actually work, and he was arrested, taken to the police station, and was locked up. He slept in cell. These are the things that will happen to you. It's not like you caused trouble. You didn't look for trouble, but someone will attack you one way or the other, but you need to deal with it. You bail yourself out. There are crises. You bail yourself out. These things happen to you. You just need to understand that those are the things that will happen to you, and you just need to prepare for them when they arise. And when they arise, say Bernard said it, and you just need to do it. Right? So the next thing is regret. That's the third thing on my list. You have regret. One way or the other, one way or the other will have regrets in our life. I'm pretty sure one way or the other will have regrets, right? I'm telling you, a 20-year-old boy right now have one or two regrets. A 20-year-old boy have one or two. Even 18 have one or two regrets. Even a 17-year-old boy have one or two regrets. They will have one or two regrets in your life. I have one or two regrets, right? And one of the things we need to understand is we can only try to minimize regrets. We can't really stop regrets, because regrets will come from mistakes that we make in our lifetime. We can't really say we are living perfectly. We can't really say we'll never do a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. So the thing is, we do our best to minimize the level of mistakes and to minimize the level of regret, right? The thing is, I've asked, when I was still in my hometown, I met our landlord, right? Because I really envy the man. When I say I envy, means I really look at how I really say this guy, at least to an extent, has accomplished some things. So let me went and have a talk with him. And I went and interviewed this guy. Like, when I say interview, I went and have a private conversation, and I said, do you have any regrets in your life? I really want to know, so that I'm a young man, I'm trying to make it in this world. The world is turning upside down, right? And the guy sit me down and said I should sit down. He explained his life stories, and he compared it with his brother, right? I've seen his brother. He compared it. The guy is 70 years old. He explained his life story to me and tell me, like, you should compare my life with the life of my brother. Which one you want? The lesson was too much, right? The lesson was too much, and he said, you can't really stop regret. But he knows that his brother has more regret than him. He has also regret, but he knows that his brother has more regrets than him. These three things that will happen to you as a man. We can't stop them. We can only try to avoid them. You need to try to avoid it, right? You should not betray somebody. Don't betray somebody. Never ever you betray somebody. Do your possible best not to betray somebody, no matter the stakes. No matter how high it is, do your possible best not to betray somebody. It's really important. Do your possible best to live right, so that even someone take you to court, you have problem with police, is not because you're guilty, it's because someone misjudged you, right? Someone did something bad to you. It shouldn't be like you are guilty. It shouldn't be you kill somebody. So you try your possible best to live responsibly, no matter the stakes. And then regrets, we can't really stop regret. They'll happen to you automatic, and you just need to find a way how you deal with them. That's a key takeaway of this video. I guess you learned something. And I guess